So I'm completely surrounded by cardboard. I absolutely love cardboard, and I think it's going to be great for you guys to make some of your models for your play out of cardboard, because we seem to have cardboard everywhere. So I've just fished a few things out of my recycling box. We've got things like egg boxes, which could be all sorts of things, really strange shapes, that kind of moulded cardboard. Things like cereal boxes. Now if you open a cereal box up like this, you can turn it inside out, and then it gives you a whole new blank canvas that you can draw on, or you know, it's really easy to cut out. That's one type of cardboard. We tend to call this very thin cardboard like this carton. You can find it in all sorts of places as well. I've just bought some shirts, and inside the shirts they were all folded up and they had some cardboard in them as well. So it's kind of, you find it in lots of different types of packaging. Here's some more packaging, and this one's got funny holes in, kind of looks a bit like a face. So you can find all sorts of different types of cardboard. You might recognise this. Okay, I'm halfway through a model here. This is actually the inside of a toilet roll. So we really do have kind of cardboard coming out of our ears. So I think it would be a great thing for you to use as the basis of some of your models. And cardboard comes in all these different types. So we have the carton, the thin stuff, but we also have this much thicker, heavier cardboard that they tend to make cardboard boxes out of. And this can be really great because it's quite strong, and it's kind of sandwiched together. And I've got a piece here to show you, really, because it's a piece that I've, if I show you like this really close to the camera, can you see those kind of wiggles in it? That's called corrugation, and that gives the cardboard its strength. But if you peel off one side of the corrugation like that, you can actually see those little ripples and those bumps, but it also makes it suddenly very easy to bend, which can be really helpful sometimes if you want to create a tube or a tunnel or something like that. So that's really interesting. Can you see how the corrugations are like strips and they kind of run up and down like that? If you were to try to bend your cardboard the other way, kind of against the corrugations, against the bits, you'd find it really hard. So that's what gives the cardboard its strength. So I'm going to talk to you a little bit about how you can cut some of your cardboard, because obviously with your thin cardboard like this, you can use some scissors, and it's quite easy to cut. So as you're cutting things like that, as you get further into your cardboard, your hands get in the way a little bit. Sometimes you might need to start from somewhere else and cut, but you'll find cutting card like this thin card really quite easy with some scissors. If you've got a grown-up to help you, you might be able to use some bigger scissors as well. I've got quite big hands, so I tend to use bigger scissors quite a lot. But if you're quite small, make sure you get a grown-up to help you with that. But if you try and use your small scissors to cut some of this quite big, thick cardboard, it's really tough. It's really, really hard to cut, and you don't get much control over it either. So I've got a whole array of cardboard tools because I do quite a lot of cardboard modelling. But one of the best things I think you should use as a starter, because it's something that most people have in their homes, is one of these kind of safe butter knives. So I don't want you to get a sharp knife. We don't want any accidents. So no sharp knives, please. But if you get one of these ones, one that you're not going to cut your finger on, but if you look carefully, it does have some little grooves. These are called serrations on one side. And they actually are really good for cutting this kind of cardboard. So we're not going to cut it downwards like this, like we're cutting a slice of toast, because that's not going to cut very well. But if we turn it up like this, and you might need to get somebody to help you with this, you can actually use your knife to cut and to saw it like this. So I'm going to saw it from behind like this. Makes a cool noise. It's not a hot knife through butter, it's a butter knife through cardboard. But you can see how easily it is to cut that like that. Okay, so I recommend that you use that for cutting your cardboard. So that's all been really about different types of cardboard and how to cut your cardboard. The only one last thing I'm going to say to you is how to make holes in your cardboard, because that is also a really helpful thing to do. So if I just finish cutting this off, I can show you in this piece. Now I've found the most effective way of making holes. You can get some fancy tools. I've got one cardboard cutting tool here which actually has like a little point on the end, which is actually for putting holes in your cardboard. But what you probably find is that you don't have one of these, you see, like that. So what I've used for years, which works really well, let me get rid of some of these mountains of cardboard to show you. There we go. What works really well, if you can find yourself a blob of blue tack, pop that down on the desk. Please don't do this onto the best dining room table because you'll get into a lot of trouble. Put a bit of blue tack down there, or maybe use some cardboard on the table if that's going to help protect it a bit, or go and do it outside. And then something like a pen or a pencil works fine. Pop your cardboard on top of your blue tack and then use your pen just to stab through like that. And then once you've done that, you can use your pencil just to kind of enlarge your hole. If you give it a little twist, don't pop your hand right behind it because you're going to end up pushing your pencil into your hand, okay? Put the hole in between your fingers like that, and don't push too hard. What you want to do is to push and twist at the same time, and very gently it will enlarge the hole for you, okay? So you get a nice neat hole like that. And that can be really useful. In the next video, I'm going to show you how you can join your pieces of cardboard together. Okay, bye.